What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. What's going on, everybody? Listen, if you're not subscribed to the channel, this live is set for subscriber mode only. So please, please, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Listen, we will not be accepting any type of bull crap, or you coming in with that, you're getting blocked. We're not accepting trolls and things today, period. Okay. These are some serious topics that we are going to be discussing today. And here's my thing. I feel like if I can talk about the hot topics that are going on in the world, I can also discuss and continue to say these individuals' names so that we can get the story out there, right? Listen, so again, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have not liked the video, please make sure that you do also like the video as well. One thing I will say, because people are gonna always have their own sentiments when it comes to this. Excuse me. When it comes to this, a lot of people are claiming that people are doing this to chase cloud and different things like that. One thing about it is when I discuss these topics, I don't even monetize the videos. So this video is not even monetized. Just because I know some of y'all be clowning and saying people doing stuff for clout. but have no reason to do anything for clout. We're gonna get the facts out or what's out there as far as facts for us to know. And we're gonna continue to say these individuals' names until justice is served. One thing I also want to say too is like it's around the holidays, y'all. So um one thing we have to remember is that these individuals, their families are missing seats at the table. You know what I mean? And so I really feel like again that this is one of the reasons why we definitely have to talk about this. If you do hear the dogs in the background, I apologize. But we're gonna get this show on the road, and we're gonna talk about these things. So, of course, we are talking about Shanquila Robinson and the Cabo Six. Um, in case if you guys don't know, you sing that all over the internet. As far as Shanquila Robinson, but we haven't seen as much when it does come to Rasheem Carter. We are going to talk about this. You know, the police definitely thinks that he was well, not the police, but the family definitely thinks that there was some lynching involved. And then we're also going to be talking about Zakara Kemp. um it looks like the NC Beat and Gerald Jackson just broke a story in regards to this, because again, I didn't know anything about it until I read his story last night. So we are going to discuss these things and in full detail so that you guys will know. Listen, this can be a trigger to everybody, but again, I feel like if we could talk about the mess, we could talk about this too, right? All right. So give me just a second here. What's going on, Jesse's baby girl? What's going on, Kimber? What's going on, everybody that is in here? Sharice, what's going on? Sweet Pea, how you doing? Simply Elegant One, what's going on? Miss Major, how you doing, love? How you doing? How you doing? Lovely 31 Blueprint, what's going on? Renee Hall, hey Shanita, hey girl, hey Jamie, hey Linda Gamble, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Again, please y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like this video, okay? Go ahead and make sure you like this video, please, please, please. And listen, let's get into some things. Give me just a second, and I am going to come to the screen. Let everybody know that we live right now and the topics that we are talking about, because I do want to get into Shanquilla Robinson first. And then we'll go to Rasheem Carter, and then we'll go to Zakara. I think I'm saying her name right. Zakara Kemp. We'll go to her after that. Okay. Now most of you guys know there's really no new updates when it comes to the Shanquilla Robinson case. There was a lot of misinformation out about an arrest being made, but we do know allegedly, based off of what we can fact check and based off of what we can actually see, that there has not been an arrest that has been made, right? And so we have to be very careful with the title of our videos and how we kind of mislead people and misguide people. And I think that that's where the cloud chasing thing kind of comes in, because the titles of our videos are clickbait and it's misinformation. And what that means is we're trying to engage with an audience after people are already triggered by it. People are coming up with their own conspiracies and different things like that. And I feel like it's not fair to the family. I feel like it's not fair to Shanquilla Robinson. I feel like it's not fair. So listen, what I would say when it comes to these cases, because they are so deep and hard to cover, we want to make sure that we're covering them with as much gratitude and grace as we possibly can. Because again, most of us has had someone and we kind of lost them in a tragic way, right? Not necessarily saying this particular way, for instance, but I'm just using that as an example that, hold on, y'all, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. But again, yeah, I feel like the bigger picture needs to be getting justice for them. And again, I try to do this with integrity, right? I try to do this with integrity because I do know that you have hurting people that are involved. And a lot of times we can't detect how someone is supposed to grieve, right? We're not we can't do that. And so again, it's the holiday season. There are, well, I mean, we just got done celebrating Thanksgiving, and now we're headed to Christmas and the New Year. And we just have to remember that these families don't have these individuals sitting at their tables anymore for the holidays or for birthdays or whatever the case may be. They don't get an opportunity to celebrate that again. And so again, with the mess being out there, I just feel like, we all the misinformation, y'all just be very careful on the type of information that you consume. Let's just put it that way. Not saying that you got to come listen to me, okay? Because if you don't want to listen to me, that is totally understandable. Not saying that you got to listen to certain people, but what I am saying is let's just try to make sure that we're giving out the best information possible. Okay. Now, what we do know is that we do know that there is, and this is probably where we just are right now, is that, of course, the search warrant. I mean, I keep saying search warrant. I'm sorry. The arrest warrant has been issued. And so now we're just waiting on that particular time for them to say that this particular person has been arrested. And then we just go on from the process from there, right? That does not mean we have to stop saying Shanquila Robinson's name. That does not mean that, and I get it, the speculations won't ever stop. There's a difference between speculating and putting out misinformation. Okay. There's a difference between the two. All right. And so I feel like with this case, we haven't been able to justify the two, or been able to get that divide between the two, right? Some content creators most definitely, but some just not quite. One thing I will also say too is we have got to stop saying, because we don't see someone break down on camera, that they're not grieving or that they haven't been through anything. One thing we must remember is that these families are, like, they're going through a lot. Not only that, like I just said, it's holiday season. Not only that, I mean, it's just so much to think about when it comes to all of these cases. So we got to do better as whatever y'all want to call yourselves, bloggers, content creators, whatever it is. Just be careful with the titles, and be careful with the information that we are actually repeating. Okay. um and again, like I said, there's a difference between speculation and misinformation. All right. Now, speaking on Shanquila Robinson's case. So Nancy Grace, listen, Nancy Grace keeps her foot, well, she's keeping the foot on these folks' neck. Okay. She's keeping the foot on the people's neck. All right. And so with that being said, she did interview Shanquilla Robinson's mom, Miss Salamandra. I think I said that right. Robinson. She did go ahead and interview her. We found out a couple of things. We found out around the time that Shanquilla called her mother. We found out around the time where Shanquilla mother told her, to enjoy herself and have a good time. Um, and so again, we got to remember that this family is blindsided and they were lied to. She also disclosed and let us know in that Nancy Grace interview. So shout out to Nancy Grace again. I will play it, guys, but I don't want anything to happen to the channel. So unfortunately, I can't play it. However, what I will say in regards to that is she did, Miss Alejandra Robinson did say that the friends showed up on Tuesday. Tuesday, y'all. Remember, the trip was from Friday to Monday, right? So they get there Friday, they come back Sunday. I'm assuming they come back like what, Sunday, Saturday. We still don't really know exactly what time they may have touched down in North Carolina. We don't know that. However, what we do know is they did travel back there, right? But they traveled back there way before Tuesday. So I'm just trying to figure out why you waited until Tuesday to take, and see, this is why I say you got to be a foul individual to do some stuff like this. You left her body over there. That's number one. You left her body over there, supposedly her best friend. You show up to the mom's house. You show up to the mom's house, literally with the luggage of Shanquilla Robinson. You show up with the luggage on Tuesday, but you came back and you touched down in North Carolina either on uh uh like I said, it had to have been really early on Sunday morning or sometime on Sunday. Can't really say. Again, that's all alleged information because we don't know exactly. We don't have any timestamps as to when they actually touched down. But the part that bothers me is the fact that you waited 2 days before you went to the mom's house. If you was gonna go, why did you wait 2 days? Why did you wait 2 days? So for me, it's just like really weird. Anyway, shout out to again to Nancy Grace for being able to cover that story. Give me just a second. I'm going to possibly play a little bit of it. Hold on one second. Is this it? I think this is it. Now, y'all remember Nancy Grace is definitely a she's a legal commentator. And so give me just a second and we'll get to it. Okay, so we'll try to listen to as much as we possibly can in regards to this. Again, if you're just coming in here, please at least make sure that you like the video. Please, please, please make sure that you like the video. We just got started. We just got started where we are discussing we're discussing I'm sorry. We're discussing Shanquila Robinson, Rasheem Carter, and uh Zakara Kemp. Okay, those are the three individuals that we are discussing. We're discussing their cases and what unfortunately happened to them. Right now, what we're going to do, and I'm going to put my thumbnail back up here, but because we're just going to listen to the audio of Nancy Grace's interview with Shanquila's mom. All right. Another thing too that I wanted to debunk because this is also streaming on Twitter. All right. So another thing that I want to debunk is y'all got to be really crazy to believe that these people know that they're being looked for. They're no longer on social media. All right. They're no longer on social media. Anything that you've seen, it is people making fake accounts. It's people doing all kinds of stuff. Like we can't go with the first thing that we always see. And I feel like again we are trying to manipulate a situation, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. What's going on? 2012 Gemini 33. How you doing? How you doing? How y'all doing? This. Please make sure you like this video as you come on in here. There are, and if y'all see me looking over here, my camera here, my laptop here, my computer here, my other laptop here, my phone. So if you gotta see me doing that, that's why. Um, but there seems to be 35 likes. So y'all please make sure that we get those likes to match the views. All right. Please make sure we get the likes to match the views. All right. Now getting into Nancy Grace's interview. So give me just a second. And like I said, I don't know if we're gonna play it all because from what I remember, it's about 34 minutes. So we might not get to all of it, but we are gonna get to the majority of it. Then we'll move over to Rasheem Carter's case, and then we'll discuss Zakara Kemp. And also shout out to Gerald. Gerald actually has an interview with Zakara Kemp's mother tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we'll definitely that's in an hour. So we might not necessarily be done, but you know, we're gonna talk about it. Okay, we still gonna talk about it. All right, so give me just a second here. Nancy Grace usually irks me, but I'm glad she picked it up. She picked up this story. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am too. I am too. All right, so I am pulling up Nancy Grace's interview that she did, and give me just a moment. All right, so I have Nancy Grace's interview. So let's take a listen at Nancy Grace's interview with my Miss Salamandra Robinson, which is the mother of Shanquilla Robinson. Okay. All right, so here we go.
Fabulous. You get her to college. She's on the verge of graduating.
Can y'all hear that?
So proud. She goes on a little girls' getaway, girls' weekend. Then you get a call that she's dead. Just let that soak in just for a moment. You get a call.
Can y'all let me
Your
know
baby
if y'all can hear
is
that? Just
dead.
with a thumbs up or something.
Because that is what happened to Miss Robinson.
Okay, perfect.
Miss
Thank you.
Almondra Robinson. Her beautiful girl. The world in front of her. On the verge of graduating Winston-Salem State in business. Goes away for a girl's getaway. And now she's dead. Not at the hands of some masked intruder, not a drive-by shooting, on a girl's getaway with her friends. How can she be dead in the hotel room? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Fox Nation and Sirius XM 111 with me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now. But I want you to hear her mother, who is with us right now, as she was speaking to CBS.
I received a call on Saturday saying that my daughter was sick and that she had alcohol poison. But a doctor had never arrived, so I don't know where they had got the alcohol poison from. So at that time, they said a doctor was on the way to examine her, and she wasn't responding as they told me. Said she was resting a little bit, but she wasn't all the way responding as normal. I told them to keep me informed, and I wanted to know why they couldn't take her to the emergency room. They said because they needed $5,000 cash to be seen in the emergency room. And I said, well, she has insurance.
Okay, so I want to verify. Hey, Aunt Natty. Hey, Aunt Natty. Y'all, please definitely keep Aunt Natty in your prayers as well. Please keep Aunt Natty in your prayers. We love you, and I'm so glad that you're here. Definitely been praying for you. Definitely been praying for you. All right. Now, y'all hear Miss Salamandra Robinson letting us know that, of course, the alcohol poisoning story came about. And she's pretty much telling the account on her end as far as what she knew in the beginning of this whole situation. All right, here we go.
And they said they didn't take insurance by being.
Oh, I'm sorry. So she is also letting us know that they did say that they needed $5,000 cash because they were not taking her insurance. They were not taking Shanquila Robinson's insurance. Now, this is amongst them saying that she had alcohol poisoning and them going to the doctor said that she needed to go to the doctor and to the hospital and they refused. Okay, so that is what she's discussing. Let's keep going.
Out the country.
I mean, this girl actually worked in the insurance field. Everything that I just heard is a lie. Everything that this mother was told about the death of her baby girl is a lie. Assume nothing. When you go into an investigation, you believe nobody and no thing that you hear. How in the HELL is this girl resting as opposed to being taken down to the emergency room to HELL with the price? She is dead. She is dead and was never taken to the ER. And I don't buy for 1 minute that this girl, this beautiful young 25-year-old girl, was resting. That's total BS. Now, listen to this.
I told them just keep me informed, and they did call back, but they still saying it was alcohol poison. So, by later on that evening, they called and said that Shanquila had passed. And at that point, it just took my heart crumbled up, just knowing my child was gone and I couldn't get there to her, could not do anything. And they said the medics came, 3 medics.
Now, this is what I want to say in regards to this. Now, this is the same mom who was literally dragged for not crying and not doing all kind of stuff like that. And I mean, this lady is literally telling you that she was blindsided by this whole thing, like literally blindsided by this whole thing. And we don't honestly know what she's doing behind closed doors and how she's grieving. I would never judge a grieving mother. I would never judge a grieving father. That is so out of line, in my opinion, to even speak on those types of things. Let's get back into it.
And no one couldn't do anything, couldn't save her.
I'm so mad right now I could chew a nail in half. Joining me, an all-star panel to make sense of the facts as we know them right now, keeping in mind that everything we're learning right now is a lie. I want to go to her mother. I want to go to Shanquila's mother. With me, Mrs. Salamandra Robinson. Miss Robinson, I cannot tell you how sorry I am for what you and your family are going through. When I leave the children at school in the morning and I see that phone ring, I'm already in the car on the way because I know something's wrong. And I cannot imagine how you felt when you get a call that something is wrong with your girl and she's resting and she can't come to the phone to talk to you. Oh, hell no. What happened? Just take it from the top, if you don't mind, Miss Robinson.
All right, so before Miss Robinson gets into the full story, if you are just joining us, please make sure that you do like this video. I would like for the likes to match the views, so that we can push all three of their stories up in the algorithm, period. I know you're seeing Shanquila Robinson, but we want to make sure we get all of this out there, period, point blank. If you don't like it, step out the room. All right, period. Thank you.
Well, like I said, they was saying that she was resting and she wasn't really responding. That's why they called the ambulance. And when the ambulance got there, they said the ambulance was working on her. And as I got from reports saying that the ambulance was working on her for 2 to 3 hours, but no one ever decided to take her to the hospital.
Now, here's another thing. How can you be resting and unresponsive? Like when did they try to get her to talk to you on the phone? Well, start at the beginning. When you get the call, where are you?
When I got the call, I was out eating.
Okay, so you were what, in North Carolina?
Yes.
So North.
Can y'all imagine? I mean, you getting a call like that while you're eating? Come on. I'm quite sure her entire, like, I'm sure she wasn't even hungry after that. I'm pretty sure whatever she ate, she wanted to throw up. And that's just facts. Like, my thing is this, like, we have to at some point really understand, like, she was blindsided. And I don't get, like, some of you some people are really crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, here we go.
North Carolina time, it was what, 7 o'clock at night?
It would have been about 6 or 7.
Okay, so she is in San Jose del Cabo, Mexico. So that, I think, would have been 3 hours behind. Like, they're on California time, correct?
Yes.
So 4 p.m. their time, 7 p.m. ish your time. You get a call. And who called you?
Shanquila Cook.
Who's that?
That's supposed to been her best friend.
Did you say Saleha Cook?
No, Shanquila Cook.
Oh, the man.
Yes.
And he was a friend of hers. He had gone on family vacations. You knew him, right?
Yes.
Okay. Were they romantically involved?
No.
Okay. Just a friend. Look.
I will have to say I'm glad that she asked that question, because it will debunk a rumor. You see what I'm saying? It debunks a rumor because now we're hearing that confirmation from Miss Salamandra Robinson herself. So it debunks the rumor of people saying that they could have possibly had some type of whatever. Anyway, let's keep going.
Look, it happens. A lot of people can't believe that happened. Can happen. I've had a best friend since law school, a best friend man. study partners the whole way through. So it does happen. So Kalia Cook is her friend, and he calls you, correct?
Yes.
And he says what to you?
That Shanquila wasn't feeling good. He thinks she had drunk too much. She had alcohol poison. And I said, what is alcohol poison? Because I didn't even know what alcohol poison was.
Okay, with me, someone that can answer that question very well, Dr. Kendall Crowns, Chief Medical Examiner, Fort Worth, lecturer.
All right. So here's the thing. I need you guys to pay very close attention to what the doctor is getting ready to say. All right. Make sure that you listen to what the doctor is getting ready to say. All right, here we go.
At University of Texas and Texas A&M, faculty, University of Texas Medical Branch, Dr. Crowns. What is alcohol poisoning?
Alcohol poisoning is when you get so much alcohol in your system that it actually is fatal to your body. Alcohol can be toxic to your heart and also your liver. So when you have a really, really high level of alcohol, it can cause basically poisoning of these organ systems. So it's usually seen in someone who's been binge drinking, and the standard alcohol level is legal limit is about 0.08 in most jurisdictions. And once you get into a 0.3, 0.4 area, most people will have so much alcohol on board that it will kill them. And that is a lot of alcohol.
Okay, so, hold on. I'm trying to reconcile what you're saying with what Miss Robinson was told. Take a listen to our friend Victor Canado.
On October 29th, one of the guests staying at the resort called for help around 2 p.m. Upon arriving, medical professionals were informed that Robinson had drunk a lot of alcohol. A doctor reportedly says she was stable but dehydrated, suggesting she may be treated at a hospital. The guests insisting she remain at the villa. A police report stating Robinson went into cardiac arrest and was declared deceased around 6 p.m.
There you go. That's why she didn't go to the hospital. Did you hear that? The guests, her girlfriends, insisted she stay there at the hotel. That's why she wasn't taken to the hospital. Now, wait a minute. She went into cardiac arrest, according to what we just heard. But none of this is fitting together. Take a listen to our friends at ABC.
But those reports differing from an autopsy obtained by ABC News, stating that medical professionals arrived at the villa around 3 p.m. and declared her dead within 15 minutes, citing that Robinson died from a severe spinal cord injury and a dislocated neck.
For this to happen to her is just terrible. I just couldn't believe it. It's like I'm still asleep, like a nightmare.
The reports from the friend girls are completely different from the autopsy. Did you hear that? To you, Mrs. Robinson, according to the documents from the EMTs, she was declared dead 15 minutes after they got there. They did not get there and work on her for 3 hours like you were told.
Yeah.
She was declared dead within 15 minutes of the EMTs getting there, and the friends did not want her removed to the hospital. Do you understand that to be true now?
I understand that. What is being said. I don't know which way to believe. I believe the autopsy, but the so-called friends, I just don't know what to say about them. I just think it was just terrible the way they done her.
All of this from alcohol poisoning, but yet the autopsy does not say anything about alcohol poisoning leading to her death. It says, Dr. Kendall Crowns, she died of a spinal cord injury. What's that?
Spinal cord injury is basically your cervical spine is you get injuries to your cervical spine from severe rotation or blunt trauma that results in your head being moved suddenly to one side or another, and that causes fracturing of the cervical bones that then result in damage to the spinal cord that ultimately results in your death, or potentially quadriplegia, meaning you can't move anything below the neck down.
Doctor, I was having a hard time taking in what you were saying. I got it because I'm seeing out of the corner of my eye a video that has emerged. And it is a video of this beautiful young girl, Shanquila Robinson, just 25. She's naked. She's by her bed. It looks like she's just gotten up out of bed. And a woman is beating her dead. I'm looking at it right now. Now, I don't know all the circumstances, but I know another person, and I just saw a female hand come up in front of the video cam. There's somebody recording this brutal attack, and they beat her until she's down, and she's just sitting there like completely out of it from the beating, like a rag doll. And then once she sits down, this attacker then beats her in the head, and her head is just catapulted over to one side. Could that be what happened to Shanquila, Dr. Crowns?
Yes. So
Okay, so again, I wanted you guys to specifically listen to what the doctor was saying. Like, it's very important that we listen to what the doctor is saying. It's also very important that you listen to Nancy Grace's follow-up questions. Her follow-up questions in regards to this, to the doctor, and to the experts that are on the panel, in my opinion, is very, very much needed. When she did that, I was like, yes, sis, yes, yes, we need this. So let's listen to the rest of it.
in the video, you can see there's the initial where the one female is hitting Shanquila multiple times in her head. But at some point, she grabs her with her arm and then twists her head and body in a kind of a rotational motion. And then Shanquila is dropped to the ground, and she continues to hit her in the head and neck area.
Okay, now the reason why I really, really wanted you guys to hear that particular portion is because now we've listened to interviews with the Mexican journalist who has been covering this case, Shanquila Robinson's case, and I find it very interesting that he said, you know, it's kind of conflicting when it came to the videos, right? And so what everyone is thinking now, and this is alleged information, this information hasn't been necessarily confirmed, but we were told that there was another video going around of Winter Donovan doing the final blow, right? But based off of what he's actually saying, if you listen very closely, he is definitely making the insinuation that Dejanay topped that thing off based off of what we saw, right? Because she slang her around, and I think that sling in that part, it just did a lot. It did a lot. So let's continue to listen to the rest.
But if you in the video, you notice that Shanquila is fighting back initially until
I disagree completely. She's shielding herself. She is not landing punches at all. I'm looking right at it. She
also said no.
Yes, you're right.
Correct.
She never even had a chance to fight back.
Misstatement there. She is not fighting back. She is defending herself from the beating.
Like trying to hold her attacker back. She never gets a chance to defend herself. Mrs. Robinson, does she sleep without her clothes on?
Yes, she do.
So she was woken up out of her bed with one woman standing there videoing and the other woman hitting her like she's Muhammad Ali. And then the attacker, after she has beaten her, this defenseless, naked girl who has just been woken up to a beating, she stands back. She steps back and bows back like she's about to put her hands over her head like she's a champion. What is that, Dr. Bethany Marshall, psychoanalyst out of Beverly Hills? What is that behavior? She's crowing and preening for the video.
Nancy, this was, it would be a mistake to think this is just one woman killing this poor 25-year-old.
Who should I believe? You and my lying eyes. I'm looking right at it.
No, but I mean, when I say a mob attack, maybe there was one attacker, but this was group aggression towards Shanquila. Group aggression, because people are standing by, one person's video.
I definitely agree with her. I definitely agree with the fact where she said that this is kind of like a mob situation. Listen, the people who are standing around recording, they are just as guilty as the person who was fighting her. And let's just call it a buck. Let's keep it a buck and keep it 100. The people who are standing around recording, asking her if she was going to fight back, in my opinion, is just as guilty. Although they may not have thrown the fatal blows, but y'all sitting back, video recording it. And again, to me, y'all wanted to, the anticipation was to send the video out to embarrass her before you realized that she was deceased. You sent the video out to embarrass her. So you guys are just as guilty because you didn't say anything. And the bottom line for me is y'all left her body there. You left her dad clueless as to how to even get his daughter's body over here. You left her over there. You abandoned the body, which is why Nazir, every last one of them, Nazir, Winter Dawn, every last one of them is just as guilty. Let's finish listening.
Videotaping, you can hear a voice of someone saying, "Oh, fight back, Quilla." As if this was, like you said, Muhammad Ali. They're really minimizing the fact that this poor girl is being killed. I mean, this is a homicide, obviously. But what was this group aggression towards her that we're witnessing? Were they envious of her? Did she have a better life than them? I mean, this is how I think, as a psychoanalyst, is beyond the brutality of this murder.
And who in the hay is videoing her? Miss Robinson, do you know these women? Who are they?
I don't know the ones that's videoing her. I just know the one that was standing there beside Khalil Cook. And the other one, I didn't know him, the one that's saying fight back. I didn't know him.
Okay, hold on. Who is the person hitting her?
That's the DH girl. And I didn't know her. I just know they went to college together.
I've got Dejani Jackson. How are you saying?
And let me just go ahead and say this. While they trying to figure out how to say her name, sis don't deserve no respect on her name at all. And that's just bottom line. She don't deserve no respect. So if y'all can't say it, whatever you come up with, that's what it is.
It?
I think it's D. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
I've got Dejani. That could be, it's a crazy spelling. I don't know what it is. It looks like Dejani or Dejanay.
Her name is Dejanay. Yeah,
that's it. It's Dejanay because it's got A-E on the end. You're right. Dejanay Jackson. Then you've got Winter Donovan, and it's spelled W-E-N-T-E-R. Is that another female?
Yes.
Then you've got Kalia Cook, the friend boy, the man.
Yes.
So it's those three and your daughter, Quilla, correct?
Yes.
Guys, this is taking place at a very upscale resort in Mexico. And you can look out the window of their Quilla's suite. It's beautiful. You look right out on the beach and the ocean, palm trees, sand. I mean, this is about less than 30 minutes from where you see Jennifer Aniston and all of her celebrity friends lounging and having a great time at Cabo San Lucas. That's what we're talking about. This is San Jose del Cabo. To you, Alexis Tereszcek, joining me, investigative reporter with Crime Online.
We don't care nothing about them people over there sitting and enjoying their stuff and all of that kind of. But that don't got nothing to do with us, Nancy. I'm just saying. They don't have nothing to do with us. Okay. What she over there doing? What them people over there doing? Whoever she just named, we don't care.
Alexis, thank you for being with us. Where is this place?
This place is still on the coast at the very bottom of the peninsula. It is about 30 minutes northeast of Cabo San Lucas, but it is still right on the beach. And this place where they were staying was a private beach club. They had access to a private beach, very exclusive, behind a gate. You had to have security to get in. This is not a shack on the beach at all. It is a very, very fancy place that they were all staying.
I mean, it looks really nice from what I'm seeing. And that just goes to show Robert Crispin. Robert joining me, private investigator, former federal task force officer with the U.S. Department of Justice, DEA, now private investigator at CrispinInvestigations.com. Robert, this goes to show you can be living in or staying in a five-star resort and crime will find you. And it's very often those that know you the best.
Well, the sad part about it is everyone gives the warnings about going to Mexico. Something's going to happen to our kids when they go down there. But how do you fight against the people that you went there with when they're inside your room?
I want Gary Davidson to jump in. He is a partner with Diaz Royce International Law Firm at DiazReus.com. This happens in Mexico at this luxurious resort. Gary Davidson, I want you to hear our friend Erica Jackson at WSOC.
They all came to my house on Tuesday and explained what had happened.
Salamandra says Shanquila's friends blamed her death on alcohol. Then the Robinson family received a copy of her death certificate. It shows she died 15 minutes after injuring her neck and spinal cord. The report also states Shanquila was found unconscious in the living room, and her death is believed to be violent or accidental.
Violent or accidental? And then this video emerges. How can anybody say this is accidental? I mean, to you, Dr. Kendall Crowns, Chief Medical Examiner, Tarrant County, this is no accident. You see the beating. Now we know that she was dead 15 minutes after injuring her neck and spinal cord. Why? Why are you dead 15 minutes after the injury?
So usually with these type of spinal cord injuries, what she has is an atlas luxation, which means a dislocation of the first cervical vertebrae.
Do you mind saying that one more time? An atlas what?
It's an atlas luxation is what the cause of death is listed as. And what that is cervical vertebrae number one, the one right underneath your skull is the atlas. And it's slid out of place and then pushed on her spinal cord. And then usually what happens is it bruises the spinal cord, but the spinal cord bruises take a little time to set in before they will kill you. So that's why you can see a survival time period of about 15 minutes. But in the video, after she is whipped about her head and dropped to the ground, to me, it doesn't look like she has any more purposeful movement, even though the other individual continues to pound on her. It's that movement there is what killed her.
I need you to speak so we can all understand you, Dr. Kendall Crowns, not in your elocution, but describing this. So you're saying atlas luxation is the cause of death, but you're referring to one particular spot just under the head. When that particular spot is dislocated or kicked out of the line of the spine, I'm extrapolating. Are you saying the head is then no longer attached, the brain is no longer attached to, for instance, the heart and the other parts of your body that keep you alive?
Right. That's the area of the brainstem is where the cervical vertebrae number one, or the atlas, is sitting, and that is causing damage to the brainstem, which controls your heart rate, your respiratory rate, all the functions of your body. So it isn't necessarily completely separated, but it's bruised and damaged to the point that the individual dies. And that's why she has a survival time period, because it's damaged, not completely torn.
Well, of course, Gary Davidson is a high-profile lawyer that specializes in international law. Gary, the family knew in the first instant alcohol poisoning. Gary Davidson, take a listen to our friend Joe Bruno.
Okay, just I'm taking a break in between this, because this is a lot. This was very informative, I feel like. And again, I'm shout out to Nancy Grace for picking this up and discussing it and asking the questions from the experts like we need to hear them. Um, y'all are listening to this like, and what I see is uh, just the difference between the police report and the autopsy. Like, girl, oh, this is crazy. Okay, let's finish listening.
No.
Shanquila Robinson's friends told her parents that she died from alcohol poisoning. That theory never sat right with her father, and he just, quite frankly, didn't buy it. I know it wasn't no alcohol poisoning. I know it. Oh, wait. Shanquila's death certificate never mentions alcohol poisoning. It lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. It says she died within 15 minutes of injury. In the box asking if the death was accidental or violent, the medical examiner wrote yes.
So, Gary Davidson, one quick round to Dr. Kendall Crowns. Dr. Kendall Crowns, I would like a yes-no answer to these. The autopsy said, did it not, that this atlas luxation was the cause of death, the COD? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Isn't it true that in autopsies that tissue samples are taken and blood alcohol and toxicology panels are run? Isn't that true?
Yes.
And isn't it also true, Dr. Kendall Crowns, that those samples would have shown if Quella died of alcohol poisoning, and also the toxicity in her body, her blood alcohol, correct?
Correct.
But it didn't mention that, did it, Dr. Crowns?
Not that I've seen.
It did not. So, Gary Davidson, that leads me to this. Not only do they beat the woman, stand by and video this girl getting killed, they then lie about her cause of death to her mother. They lied about it. Now, is lying a felony? No, it is not. But doesn't it suggest to you, Gary, that they lied for a nefarious reason, and that reason being to cover up their involvement in her death?
Yes, absolutely. It very much appears that the stories being told to the family from the very get-go were not true, and it does raise the question of whether this was a pre-planned attack, whether it was organized not only by the person who committed it physically, but those around the room. And it's a sad day for the family, but it's also going to be a very, very sad day for these people, because they are going to be implicated. They are going to, at a minimum, be witnesses in a potential criminal trial.
You got that right, Davidson. They're not just witnesses. And what you said really hits the nail on the head, Gary Davidson. Now I know why you're a high-profile lawyer specializing in international law. This was pre-planned.
Nancy, could I speak to that? Because I agree.
I mean, the woman is asleep in bed, and they come in with a video camera with Muhammad Ali over there in the corner ready to fight. They have this thing planned. They don't have to come over from North Carolina to San Jose del Cabo. If they planned it in the living room and went in there, this is a premeditated attack, just the way Gary Davidson is describing it.
I agree it's premeditated. And Nancy, what's going to be interesting is to look at their texts that they sent each other, emails, other forms of electronic communication as they were planning this trip, as they were on the plane, as they were arriving at this resort. You know, you can premeditate something at an unconscious as well as a conscious level.
Okay, Dr. Bethany, you know I admire you greatly, but I'm talking about evidence that can come into court. What they were thinking about in the bathroom on the plane does not matter to me. What matters to me is what I can prove. But you're exactly right. I would look at every single text, email, communication between these people to find out if they wanted to gang up on her from the get-go when they all left to go to Mexico. And that's where you come in, Robert Crispin, about how we're going to get
and Nancy, the video?
Yes?
The video is another form of aggression. It didn't start just before the trip or on the plane or in their electronic communications. Someone videotaped that and then put it on the internet. You know why they put it on the internet? They wanted to further humiliate Quilla.
Showing her without her clothes on being attacked. I want you to hear in our cut 10, our friends at WSOC, our cut 10. Please, Jackie.
Salamandra says she came across this video. Salamandra identified the people in the video as Shanquila and her Cabo travel partners. You can hear someone in the video ask if Quilla could at least fight back.
There wasn't no fight. They attacked her. It was never a fight. She didn't fight. They attacked her.
Now, Salamandra says she has more questions than answers. She wants justice for her daughter.
She was a good child and had a great heart.
I keep looking at this video and imagining my little girl being attacked and beaten dead like that. Where did you find this video, Miss Robinson?
Online. Someone sent the video to us online.
Someone sent it to you?
Yes. When the video probably was, I believe the video was out before Shanquila actually had died, because someone called me and told me before they even arrived back to Charlotte from North Carolina that they was over there fighting her. So I didn't know how true it was. So after she got back, they got back, Shanquila had passed. The video had surfaced on Facebook, and someone sent it to my family. It started coming out. The video started coming out.
That is a really big deal. Alexis Tereshchuk joining me, crimeonline.com investigative reporter. Alexis, is that correct? And I'm going to follow up with you, Crispin, about how I can prove it's correct. I can't just blurt it out it's correct without knowing. Alexis, is it possible these girlfriends post the video of Quilla completely naked being beaten to her death in the bedroom before she's even pronounced dead?
Yes, and that's what the timestamps and the information that has shown up on different websites where the video has been seen shows that it was almost like it was not a live broadcast, but really in real time happening. It didn't show up weeks later. It showed up almost immediately.
How can I prove that, Robert?
So, speaking there, I actually said that. If you guys remember, I don't know if you guys tuned in when I interviewed Gerald the first time. I actually asked him, was it the fact that they sent this video out immediately after it was taken? Meaning, like immediately, baby, they was sending that video out instantly after that last. I mean, it could be an extended video, but they sent that video out and it seemed like it was in real time before, right? Remember Gerald actually saying that someone saw it and was like, yeah, this ain't right. This ain't right. But at that particular time, they had already stated that she had passed away. So I told y'all.
Robert Crispin.
So this is one of the reasons that the FBI is involved now, because they have a unit called the extraterritorial unit for crimes when you get a request from foreign governments to help them investigate cases for crimes against U.S. citizens, which I'm sure you're very well aware of that. How we're going to prove this? Social media, it's all digital. And through subpoenas, we're going to get IP addresses. We're going to get who owns the phone that sent that. We're going to get the accounts. We're going to get everything. And it's just going to slowly start to unwind on, one, who owned the phone that shot that video, who posted that. And this case with that video is just probably the most key piece of evidence that any investigator wishes they had on so many other crimes. It's people just don't think. And social media has cleared so many crimes because people don't think and they want to brag about these fights.
Can you believe that they were putting this up online? Gary Davison, high-profile lawyer, joining us from his law firm, partner with Diaz Royce International Law.
Okay, quick thing for Jamie. I started your comment because I was gonna come back to it, but you said don't forget it's been said that Winter was on FaceTime. Now a lot of people have kind of like zoomed in the video and actually taken like still shots and clips and different stuff like that. It's also been alleged that that may not also be Winter that's holding the actual phone. Um, so a couple people have like literally, not saying again that these videos are true, but people have zoomed into like the nails and um I hate to say this, but they've even matched all the way down to the skin tone that allegedly that may not be Winter actually recording, because the nails are shorter in the actual video of them recording versus the video where she is doing the push-ups, right? And also where in the video where she's doing the push-ups, Winter has all white nails. The other girl, Elise, has French tips. And if you look closely in that video, the person that's holding the phone has French tip nails versus all white nails. You see what I'm saying? So again, you know, people have zoomed in and looked in that video. Again, that's alleged information, but I thought for somebody to do that and to go that deep and that in depth with it, then it could be a possibility that it was her. But they did zoom in and it doesn't look like a FaceTime call once you zoom in. There's only one person on the screen, which doesn't mean that it's not a FaceTime call, but it doesn't look like a FaceTime call. Looks more like they are trying to record in real time. It's basically what it looks like. Again, you know, I guess that information won't be confirmed until we, you know, go through trial or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I've seen a couple people doing that. Yeah, we said that prosperity. Listening to this, we debunked that because in those interviews with the Mexican journalist, had already told us that that they don't have a video of, and based off of what the doctor also said, listening to the doctor is definitely making the insinuation that Dejanay did it. Okay, let's finish listening.
I'm going to get to you in just a second about extradition, but I want to talk to you about the phenomena of posting your crime online. What kind of a sick killer would do that? They're proud of it. They're posting it.
It's a badge of honor.
Well, they can tell that to Satan, because I'm pretty sure that's where they're headed.
Period.
Guys, not only that, the lying. Gary Davison, haven't you seen in trial? You got the crime, but then you have the cover-up. And the cover-up can prove the crime. And the cover-up will infuriate a jury. Agree or disagree?
Agreed, and I also think it's likely in a case such as this where you have so many people who are present that at least one of them is going to come forward under direct questioning from investigators and gain immunity from prosecution and testify as to what truly did happen. The real mystery, I think, in all of this at the moment is, what was the motivation for this attack?
Now, you know the state does not have to prove motive, right?
True.
It's a bunch of mean girls turned 25 going on some kind of a vendetta.
Yes,
I'll tell you what, it'll be a cold day in hell before I go on a girls' weekend. Go ahead, Gary.
But at the end of the day, I do believe the truth is going to come out in this case well before there's ever a trial. And there may very well be a trial of all of the people who were present.
Oh, no, they all need to go to trial. I don't need them as witnesses when I've got this video. And don't you know, Gary Davison, if they're stupid enough to post the video, then they have been exchanging emails and texts and snaps all this time. I cannot wait to get my hands on all their communications post murder. Miss Robinson with me is Quilla's mom, Salamandra Robinson, who is summoning up the strength to talk about this. She is deep, deep in mourning. And when we first started talking off camera, she said it made her sick to her stomach. When I look at this video, I thought I was going to get sick to my stomach just watching it, much less it being her little girl. I understand that you Zoomed with her on Friday, the day before she was killed, and she was upbeat, was having a good time the day before, right? Did she discuss any tensions with the other women?
No, I talked with Shanquila and I watched her Instagram. She spoke and she seemed to be very happy, sound like Shanquila normally sounds. And like I said, I told her, enjoy yourself. She said she was getting ready to eat. The chef was cooking some tacos. I said, well, enjoy yourself. I will talk to you tomorrow and love you. And I never spoke with her again.
And what about the people standing by and watching? Take a listen to our cut 11. This is our friend Matt Rivers at GMA.
We got our first dead buddy. A new video surfacing showing Shanquila resting in a hammock at some point before the trip turned deadly. Buddy.
I heard some stuff, dead body. And, that just make me wonder, that was their plan all the time.
This on the heels of the now viral video, Too Violent to Show, of a female roommate appearing to assault Shanquila.
They just stood there and watched and didn't even try to stop it or break it up. She wasn't even fighting back. They attacked her.
And what about these so-called friends, since they've all come home from Mexico? Take a listen to our cut 17, Anne-Marie Green, Dana Jacobson, CBS.
Okay, so yes, Rantin, that's what you're hearing. So that video surfaced probably a couple days after the news got out. Um, and what it sounds like, of course, we were saying that it sounds like, of course, he was saying that she was already out of there. Like, but for me, you say that if somebody, because he was like, she's a goner or whatever the case may be, to me, that would be someone who's excessively done like a lot of drinking and they're like done for the night, right? Just an hour later, they was eating tacos and playing drinking games. The timestamps is on her Instagram. He said this around 8, it was around 8 something in the afternoon or in the evening at night, right? Then an hour later, around 9:45ish, almost 10 o'clock, they're eating tacos prepared by the chef and playing drinking games and doing push-ups and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to figure out if you saying she's a goner in that particular situation. I mean, it to me, it just gives off the fact that you're saying it like she has drunk up a lot of alcohol or whatever the case may be. And in this particular situation, we knew that wasn't it. Right. I think she was just tired and jet lagged too. But for you to say that like she had been drinking in front of y'all enough to be passed out based off of that, that to me just seemed to be a little weird. I kind of I just yeah, it just didn't set well. And then not to mention the family, like Miss Salamandra and Mr. Robinson was saying that that bothered them because they felt like that was when he started planning, or when they started plotting and planning what was going on. Now, I that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. A whole hour later, something ain't right about that. But anyway, let's keep on going.
Paula was sweet, very kind. She had a heart of gold. She loved everybody. She didn't mistreat nobody. Never, no one could possibly ever say anything bad about her because she was a good person.
Was she close friends with the people that she went on this trip with?
Well, all I know that she went to college with them. And one of the guys supposed to have been her best friend. And he had went on family trips with us, you know, and he'd been to the family house. We've all been on trips together, you know, just good time. And I never thought that he could be that low to do my child like that.
Have you heard from him since all of this happened?
Yeah, he came to the house 4 days in a row until he found out we knew what the autopsy said.
And you haven't seen him since?
Haven't seen him since.
So let me understand this, Mrs. Robinson. The friend, Kalia Cook, comes to your house several times after they get home from their vacation. But as soon as the true cause of death comes out, this dislocation, the atlas luxation of the spinal cord, then he suddenly quits showing up. And I bet you haven't heard from any of them ever since you learned the true cause of death, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Because you know they're all lying.
Yes.
And they know that you know. What I don't understand is why the case is not moving forward. What's going on with the Mexican authorities? Take a listen to Our Cut 14, our friends at WSOC.
Investigators in Mexico now say they believe that Robinson was killed. It's significant because her parents said that they were originally told that she died of alcohol poisoning.
So if they know she was killed, she was murdered, what's the holdup, Gary Davidson?
The holdup is extradition. Extradition is a process where individuals are summoned through official channels between governments to return to the place where they are alleged to have committed a crime. And in this case, the Mexican government is seeking extradition of the individual who is accused of actually undertaking the attack on the victim. So there's a process, a court process that has to be followed by the United States government, and ultimately there is a treaty between the United States and Mexico.
Gary, I've done extraditions. It's really easy. It's not a long process. We in the U.S. have to arrest these POCs, these so-called friends on a girl's getaway. We got to arrest them. We take them to court, and there's just a couple of questions. You get their fingerprint, and you say, "Are you Gary Davidson?" And if the person says yes, it's all over, because you have a signed governor's warrant from Mexico. And all you need to do, you don't have to establish guilt or innocence. All they have to do is establish, are you Gary Davidson? And if you tell me no under oath, I compare your fingerprints, I see that it's you, and bye-bye. You got a chain on your hands, and you're on the way to Mexico. That's all there is. It's not a fact-finding investigation in court. It's very simply, are you Gary Davidson? That's all I want to know. That's all an extradition is. Then you send the person to the venue, the jurisdiction, to be tried. Isn't that right?
In most instances, that is correct. Of course, we're assuming that the U.S. government has been able to locate the individual that they're seeking, which is not something you can always assume.
Gary, they're all over Facebook. How hard can it be?
One would think by now it would have been accomplished, but I'm not behind the scenes, so I can't answer beyond that.
Miss Robinson, he's right. Gary Davidson is correct. Miss Robinson, what are they telling you?
Well, they're not telling me anything. They're not even telling me whose name is on the arrest warrants that they have. But we know there's a one out there, and we're hoping that they relocate them real soon. We haven't heard any more.
Do you know where these girls are?
No. I have no idea.
Well, they went to college with her. They could afford a Mexican vacation. They had to have a passport. We've got to know where they live.
They stopped the passport. They know where each one of them live. All of them is somewhere hiding. None of them is at the address that's on their passport. None of them there.
I'll tell you what. I can't wait for a jury to hear about how they hid under the bed at Mommy's house while cops are trying to find them. More evidence of guilt. Tip line 888-407-4747. Repeat 888-407-4747. At this point, Gary Davidson, wouldn't you say it's on the U.S. Marshal in the jurisdiction of North Carolina to find them?
Yes, indeed, and they have resources, obviously, to bring to bear with the FBI if, in fact, these individuals have fled from North Carolina. They will be caught. They don't sound like the type of people who have unlimited funds.
They're not criminal masterminds either, Gary. They're the ones that posted the video. So, okay, you heard Gary Davidson. U.S. Marshals, it's time for you to do what you do best and bring these people to extradition to Mexico, where they can rot in a Mexican jail cell.
All right, all right, all right, all right. So that was Nancy Grace covering this story. Now, I think that the biggest issue that I also have here is the fact that what are these parents doing? Like, are you hiding? What are you doing? What are you doing? At this point, you know that they're wanted. And I mean, I agree with you, Nola. I agree. And hey to you, hey, hey, hey. But I agree. The people who are harboring them need to be arrested as well. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I totally agree with you. They know that the people is looking for them. And here's my thing. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. None of the Cabo Six. I've already told y'all. I hope they don't sleep well. I hope they uncomfortable when they go take a mess. Okay. I hope they're uncomfortable when they go pee. I hope they're uncomfortable trying to sleep. I hope they're uncomfortable I hope they're uncomfortable doing everything, right? Because y'all left her abandoned body dead over there. You waited 2 days before you showed up at her mom's house with her luggage, with the lie that she died from alcohol poisoning. You come over there 4 days straight. You go to the house 4 days straight. You bring your mama over there with you. You bring Dejanay and you bring Winter over to the house. They asked specifically, had they been fighting over there in Mexico? And Dejanay and Winter told the sister and the mom no. That was not what was going on over there in Mexico. Y'all came back knowing that Shanquila Robinson was dead, and you had not even said anything. Child. Mm, mm, mm. For me, it just was a lot. It was a lot. Y'all left that girl's body over there. And then again, you had the nerve to come to her mom's house on a Tuesday and y'all came back on Sunday. That should have been your first stop, bro. If you was gonna go over there, well, I really don't think you should have went over there knowing what you know about your Shanquila's death. You shouldn't have went over there to begin with anyway. But I'm just saying, why wait until Tuesday? Why wait until Tuesday? Hmm. I mean, I'm just saying it just all seems weird. Wiggins' mother has spoken out. Anyone see it yet? Nah, cause I don't need her doing no kind of speaking out on social media. You speak up out over there at the FBI office. Speak out over there at the police station. Speak over there to them people. Don't speak to us because we don't want to hear it. I don't. It took you this long to say something. Child, it would be best for me not to even listen to that because if it's a bunch of mama drama and if it's just audio, I ain't trying to hear it anyway. I ain't trying to hear it anyway. I did see a video titled that Nazir Wiggins' mother has spoken out, but girl, I want to hear from you. You don't have nothing to say to us. You have nothing to say. You have nothing to say because you went along with the lie. Yeah, you went along with the lie. You've been keeping Nazir because if not, they all been hiding, and now you got something you want to say, girl. We don't want to hear nothing from that woman. I'm just saying that will really make me mad, honestly, to be very, 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 very upset. Um, a federal arrest warrant has to have a specific address or addresses listed where they can look for you. The geniuses are move. I mean, the geniuses are moving around, child. And just when they think they moving around, them folks probably across the street in an unmarked car looking at them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Again, I want to hear from that mama. I don't. You have nothing to say. Today is December the 6th. Today is December the 6th. And you just now coming out to say something? Girl, go with God. Literally. Go. Cause y'all did come on now. Come on now. We want to hear what, and I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, I knew. I knew. I knew. Cause we know they is far from some geniuses, honey. Some dumb geniuses, okay? I don't even know if that fall in the same category. But yeah, I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Um, when the police tell them, especially if it's marshals they want, no, they'll be in plain clothes, and that's what I'm saying. Unmarked, plain clothes. So they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. Gossip Girl XOXO about an hour ago. Yeah, I saw it. Unfortunately, I I don't want to watch it. I don't. Because again, like I said, if it's not a visual of her, and if she ain't done the right steps in turning Nazir in and taking Nazir down to the FBI to be questioned by the FBI, by the police, I don't want to hear nothing she got to say. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real with you. That's it. They got to see them. Mm-hmm. Yep. Everyone, they need to be in prison for life. I agree. I agree. I agree. All right, now listen. There's 92 people here watching us, and there's only 68 likes. Can you guys please go ahead and make sure you like this video? Go ahead and push this video up in the algorithm because we aren't not just speaking about Shanquila Robinson, but we're going to be speaking about Rasheem Carter, and we have another thing that we're going to speak on as well. Okay. Um, that just tells us they don't have an attorney. Child. Mm, mm, mm. All right. Give me just a second. Let me put this on the screen here. Do I have any mods in the chat? It seems like my mods is gone, baby. Where my mods at? Mods? Y'all all right, mods? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all here? Mods? Mods, y'all here? Okay. I need to see the prep work. Uh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I need to see too. That's what I want to see it all. I want to see it all. I need somebody to be recording just like y'all was recording Shanquila Robinson being beat. I need y'all somebody to do the same for y'all when y'all go into custody. I'm just saying. Just like you tried to send that video out to humiliate Shanquila Robinson, we need the same to happen to you when you get arrested. Let them be across the street recording you and getting your every move. Like, don't play with us. I just feel like, again, y'all want to tap dance on our intelligence, and we are much smarter than that, and you can't do it. Okay. Can't do it. You can't tap dance on our intelligence because we ain't dumb. Okay. Period. Oh no, I really ain't know. I thought maybe y'all was like I hadn't seen y'all say nothing in the comments or nothing, so I didn't know my minds was still here, child. I thought I was going to make somebody else a mod. All right. So I want to get into the Rasheem Carter case, okay? For those of you that don't know, I have done a video on Rasheem Carter already. And I've talked about him once again last week when I did a live. So again, these stories I want to bring them out so that we know exactly what's going on. So this is Rasheem Carter, okay? Now, Rasheem Carter's family is definitely they've been blindsided. They don't know what's going on. And we're gonna get into the story fully about him. But what I want to get into first is the fact that this young man cried out for help in our justice system because it sounds like again, and I'm gonna keep on saying this. And I did see that man up in my comments trying to discredit what I was saying, but this definitely sounds like it was race involved, and I'm gonna keep saying it again as loud as I want to. It seems like race was involved. All right, we're gonna get into this story. Give me just a second, and let's pull it up here. All right. Now, we'll get into a couple of more details as well in regards to this, but all right. So this is where we're going to start off. Tiffany Carter, which is Rasheem's mother, she's 48. Um, Tiffany Carter, 48, was a sheer terror after learning in early October that her 25-year-old son, Rasheem Rael Carter, was in fear for his life only 2 days before he wound up missing in Taylorsville in Smith County. Now, in the video that I did in regards to this, I did give you guys facts as far as how far Taylorsville was from his hometown, and he was also working in Taylorsville. Okay, and I also have the name of the I have the name of his boss, and I've noticed in any of the articles they're not naming him, but I got the name from the family. Hold on one second, guys. Let me see. Let me go to this message here really quick. We gonna we're gonna put the man name out there. Okay, his name, the manager's name. Now, mind you, let me just back up a little bit here. He actually told his mom that he was in fear for his life because there were three men that were following him around in a white truck, right? And he had went to the police station. He told them we're going to get into the article, but before we do that, I just wanted to give the name of the actual business that he was temporarily working for. He was supposed to be working there temporarily for 21 days. Now, this is coming directly from his family. So yes, I have been in contact with his family, and this is coming directly from his family. Um, so the name is Luke Clements. Okay. Luke Clements is the name of the company and the name of the actual man that owns the company, which is the big boss, right? All right. So let's get back into this here really quick. And I might as well go on and zoom in because I know good and well I can't see this. All right. All right, the last communication that the Fayette mother had with Rasheem, who also lived in Fayette, was on October 1st and 2nd. Having worked 9 hours Saturday, he was trying to get a ride from work in Taylorsville back to the Motel 8 in Laurel, where he was living temporarily while he was on assignment for his job. He was he was a contract worker at a Georgia Pacific. Pacific plant in Taylorsville and was used to travel routinely. Now, again, remember the contract, the one that's over the contract, again, is Luke Clements. Okay. This is Luke Clements. And like I said, this has come directly from the family that he is the one that he told his mom that he would be concerned about if anything happens to him. That's who she needs to know either done this or has someone doing it for him. Okay. So it says, but on the first weekend October, the co-worker he usually rode with was in a huff and told him he wouldn't allow him to ride with him anymore. The next day, he disappeared, leaving no signs behind beyond cashing out $500 from his debit card account on October the 4th. The police report says Rasheem went to the Taylorsville police station on both October 1st and October 2nd and told the police about his concerns. The report also says he told his mother on the phone that he had seen 3 trucks full of white men after him. Okay. Officer Brad White of the Taylorsville Police Department said that he talked with Rasheem's boss at the Georgia Pacific plant, and the man said that the other workers had left, and Rasheem asked him to come back and get him. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. Officer Brad White of the Taylorsville Police Department said he talked to Rasheem's boss. Rasheem's boss, I want y'all to remember this name. His name is Luke Clements. So he is the person that is over the contract. Now, this is saying that the man said the other workers had left and Rasheem asked him to come back and get him. At a junior food mart in downtown area, Rasheem had asked people for a ride, offering to pay them gas money, but had no success. This definitely goes to show you, and I keep saying this after reading this story. I don't know Taylorsville, Mississippi from nothing, but it seems very awkward and weird. Okay. Um Yeah, Jamie, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but that's what I'm saying. The man's name is Luke Clemens. I have been in contact with the family directly yet again. And the man's name is Luke Clemens. All right. And getting back into the rest of this. Now, a month later, this is a month later. Now we was just in October. Now we in November. A month would go by before Smith County Sheriff Joel Houston would contact Rasheem's mother on November the 1st and ask if she could identify a figure capture on a hunter's video in the wooded area of South Taylorsville. She confirmed that the man in the picture looked like her son. A day later, the remains of his body were found at a deer park off Highway 37, a little over a mile south of Taylorsville. Now, and let's just be very clear. Let's be very, very, very clear. This man went to the police station twice. He went to the police station twice to because he was concerned. He went twice. The body was then transferred to the Mississippi Crime Lab and remains there under authority of the state medical examiner. Although Ms. Carter has not seen the actual remains, her son's wallet and ID, his jeans, and other personal items found with the body convinced her that it all belonged to Rasheem. The FBI has since come into the investigation and is working with local police and sheriff investigators. But see, this is one of the reasons why I keep telling you guys that we have to continue to say their name. If she's gotten this far with the police and they're saying that now that they're involved and they're investigating, I don't want this to end up to be one of those situations where we stop talking about it and then we just let this go. I know we're not doing that. We're gonna keep on talking about it. We're gonna keep on talking about it. Period. Now, let me get back into this. Sheriff Houston says his offices have followed a number of leads that had led to no conclusive findings. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Now getting back into this, and I apologize again if y'all do hear the dogs in the background. It's kind of nothing I can do about it, but again, we're just gonna keep saying their name. Now, um, where was I? They brought out the dogs, and throughout the search, they searched near the park. Right now, we continued to search the area and found what we believe to be the remains of Rasheem Carter. He said we were also able to find some identifying factors and property that we know is his. And again, I think that that's what they're talking about. Was Lord Jesus? Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I apologize. Getting back into this, so we continue to search. Now, on November the 2nd, Smith County authorities informed Tiffany Carter and her family that Rasheem was dead, having found his skeletal remains along with his wallet and identification. The sheriff issued a statement that no foul play was suspected. Family search. Um, Marnie Tompkins of Brum, Rasheem's aunt, said October 2nd was the last day he talked to his mother. He was calling from inside of the Family Dollar and Dollar Tree there in Taylorsville. He talked to his mama on the phone on October the 2nd, and he was in a panic mode, she said. He told her he couldn't get a ride to his hotel in Laurel and said to her, "If I come up missing, there are three trucks of white men after me." Knowing that some of the select spots within the Pine Belt area are known for the presence of white supremacist groups like the RN National and devotes of the KKK, Carter was anxious to calm her son's fears and get him to a safe place. Now, again, what did I say? What did I told y'all that this definitely gave me racially motivated. Now you are so right, Miss Major. She was on the phone with him and phone records don't lie, which is definitely one of those type of things where I feel like this is being covered up. If this man was on the phone with his mom when he went to the police station, though there are phone records. Also, I don't know if this article is saying this, but they also like intentionally waited 30 days, like 31 days before they was able to get the ATM footage. And I think every 30 days ATM footage refreshes itself. I That right there was also suspicious to me too. But let's get into the rest of this. Um Now, Rasheem also named someone in the line of authority in his complex workplace that poses a threat to him and should be considered a person of interest um, if not outright suspicion. If he should be harmed in any unusual instant, the FBI and the police have that information. During the last conversation with his mother, he told her, "Mama, I'm smart. I'm not crazy." No. He left the store that Sunday after the phone conversation with Tiffany Carter, again, that's his mom, called her best friend to go down to Taylorsville to pick him up. The friend followed her directions and arrived in Taylorsville around 1:30 or 2 o'clock that Sunday afternoon. But there was no sign of Rasheem, missing person. Despite Rasheem's appeal to the Taylorsville police on both Saturday, October the 1st and Sunday, October the 2nd, asking them to help him get to his motel in Laurel, the law officers said they could only help him get to a hotel that's in Taylorsville, but he didn't want to go there. The police told him they couldn't help him and he couldn't stay around the station and that they couldn't give him a ride to Laurel, his mother said. So they put him out. Now let's just be very clear. The distance between Laurel and Taylorsville is 30 minutes by car. 30 minutes. Now Rasheem came back to downtown Taylorsville for the second day, October the 2nd, around 5:50 in the morning. 5:50 in the morning? You gotta know something gotta be really up if somebody show up at 5:50 in the morning. 5:50 in the morning. 5:50 in the morning. Okay. He was talking on the phone, walking and talking while on the phone for over an hour. The phone went dead and nobody had a charger. Okay. So I definitely want to know what type of phone that he had that you guys didn't have a charger for him. I mean, that's quite interesting. Now, on October the 2nd, he went back to the police station asking for help. Again, the police officers dismissed him. He went back to the Family Dollar Tree where he was last seen. There was no word from Rasheem over the next 5 days. His family filed missing persons report with Laurel and Taylorsville police, um, and with the sheriff's office. On October the 7th, Taylorsville Police Department contacted Tiffany Carter and reported that they had searched for Rasheem but had not found him. Now, on October the 8th, Tiffany Carter and her family organized the Carter Family Support Search Team of 20 members in all. They went to Taylorsville to search for them to search for themselves, passing out missing persons flyers with Rasheem's pictures on it. They looked for the leads at the Junior Mart, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree gas stations in Taylorsville Police Department. Merlene Tompkins, Rasheem's aunt, says that on October the 8th, family members of the family went into the Family Dollar and the Dollar Tree and asked if anybody had looked at a videotape footage from the store's cameras and was told no. Remember that. Remember that. She was told no. Now they let my sister into the back room and they went throughout 2 hours of footage going back from October 8th to October 2nd, Tompkins said. Now, my sister recorded it on her phone. So she also has the recording on her phone. But they are steady saying that the family is lying. You can see my nephew walking up and down the aisles. He's pacing. He's on the phone. He's not buying anything. It was like he was hiding out. Can we see him walking out of the store? But it only captures so much, and that's it. It looks like he's heading back in the direction of the police station, probably a quarter of a mile. Y'all, this man was really going through, and nobody paid attention to him saying it. This really irritates me. This irritates me. um he told us about oh, sorry. Hit it back. They some of the group talked to Officer Brad White, who was oh god, who was cooperative until he said that we were acting like he was trying to cover up something. I mean, that's what it seemed like. He was very defensive until family members assured him that they were not accusing him, Tompkins said. He told us about Rasheem coming into the station and asking them if they had Uber service. She said they said no, and then he went out and sat on a bench. Y'all, this is tough. This is tough to read. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is very tough and heavy to read. I mean, just because again, this man again was asking for help. He's asking for help. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Um, all right, hold on. Let's see here. Now, plans for memorial services for Rasheem have been held during the crime. All right. Now we've paid for funeral arrangements already, she said, but we can't do anything until the crime lab releases his body. Rasheem's aunt, Felicia Kyle, says the family did not get a chance to see the remains that were almost certainly those of her nephew. No one in the family was on the scene when the Smith County authorities discovered the remains and sent them first to a local funeral home and then to the Mississippi Crime Lab in Pearl. Now, my sister is very angry, Kaya said. The only contact she's had is with the crime lab, was when they came to swab her inner jaw for a DNA sample. I mean, you swabbed for a DNA sample. Now, Kyla lives in New York and was not a part of the search party. As soon as the crime lab finishes, then I'll fly in, she said. Now, I will go ahead and let you guys know, based off of speaking to the family, the crime lab has finally released the body so that they can go ahead and have services. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, he had no idea what danger he was in. It. And here's my thing too. Like, I feel like too, like again, like I said, this definitely like has to do with race. There was a guy, and I think the comments are still up. There was a guy who commented on the original video, and he definitely sounds like he knows exactly what took place, or he had something to do with it, or he know them people there. He said he was from Taylorsville and he knows the people in Taylorsville. But girl, you look like you up to no good. I'm just gonna put it there. Okay. Now again, the boss's name is Luke Clements. All right. Again, like I said, that information has come directly from the family. Directly from the family. I have spoken with the family. I will continue to speak to the family. We're going to continue to speak Rasheem Carter's name. We need justice for Rasheem Carter. What actually really happened to Rasheem Carter? Like, what happened to him? Are you guys covering it up? I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like you guys are covering it up, and so I feel like, again, it just is what it is. And I stand 10 toes down on that too. He has something to do with it. They have something to do with it. Like, this is crazy right here, but this is the very thing that continues to go on. There's a case right now in Kansas City, Missouri, kind of sort of the same, where they're not um doing anything about it, and it's always us. We down there in Mississippi. I need to ask questions about that particular town. Again, I've looked up, I've done research. And exactly what they said in this article is exactly what that town is about. I'm just saying exactly what that town is about. So I just it's sickening. It's sickening to say the least. And give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm back. I say, yeah, yeah. I Yeah, you do have to be careful where you go, but I'm not. My thing is this: like, when you're doing everything that you know to do is right, and something still ends up happening to you, it's like it's a terrible way. Um, it's a terrible. Yeah, I'm annoyed by these dogs. Okay. I had to step away, but I am originally um from Taylorsville, Mississippi, and it's known as a racist area. And that's exactly what I was saying when I was reading that article. I mean, like, it just gave me racially motivated. This is crazy. This is this is crazy. This is beyond crazy. I'm not and I'm gonna say this too, like, I'm not even sure that a lot of people are really understanding, like, yeah. Jamie, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's most definitely a sundown town. It's most definitely a sundown town. Where I'm from is very much a sundown town, but I'm gonna keep it a book. It ain't this bad, but it's bad, but it ain't this bad. It ain't this bad. A hit dog with Holiday covering up right. And the crazy thing too is now they saying that an investigation is open. I feel like this too. If an investigation is open and we've already been talking to the police, they ain't gonna do nothing but continue to lie. None of them are. They're just gonna continue to lie over and over and just keep on lying about it. I'm not here for it. I don't we're gonna continue to keep saying Rasheem Carter's name. Again, I'm going to try to get his family. I try not to pressure families that are going through certain situations like this because it is hard to get on this platform or get on any type of platform to speak about what's going on, right? It's tough. But I do hope to bring his family on to have a conversation with them, so that they could just kind of get this out. His name is definitely starting to trend in different places. If you guys could just do me a huge favor, there is 76 people watching me. Can you hashtag justice for Rasheem Carter? It is um RASHEEM and then of course Carter. All right. So justice for Rasheem Carter. If you guys can put that in the comment section, spam it up real quick with justice for Rasheem Carter, because that's period what we're focusing on. You know what I'm saying? Um, See, we need the Northern FBI. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Honey, most of them are especially in the South. Yep. Even for me, I don't like to travel too much. Be going on in the world, like child stuff be having me paranoid. Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too, Nathaniel. I don't go nowhere. I don't go anywhere. Um, the most famous thing my hometown is known for is an infamously and it's just it's sick. It's sick. And I know the world that we live in it's almost like it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Justice for Rasheem Carter. Justice for Rasheem Carter. We're going to keep saying his name. Like I said, it is around the holiday times, right? These families are hurting. Families are hurting. They are having a very hard time keeping it together. And one thing you have to remember is they are literally having to go through these holidays, probably not even really having a holiday. And these people are missing at their table. One thing that kept ringing in my mind during Thanksgiving, I was literally just thinking, like, geez, Shanquila's mom and dad, they don't get to have a peaceful Thanksgiving because they're worried about the justice for their daughter. The daughter is no longer here. The daughter is no longer sitting at this table with us. Same for Rasheem Carter's family. Same for any family out there who's having issues or had something like this happen. Like, it's so much going on. And again, I just feel like we need to bring justice to these people. Um and because they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. All right. Now, this is the last story that I want to get into, and this is the story of uh Zakara Kemp. Now, this story is out of Texas, and crazy thing is, um, it's right up the street in Killeen, Texas. Okay, right up the street in Killeen, Texas, and so we're going to be talking about this as well. Um, when we leave the house, you're right. You're right. Even going to the grocery store, going down to the church, going down to the rehearsal, going down to everything, like you have to be on guard. You have to be. You have to be. It's so much going on. Just to think, and I hate to always say this, but we have to be grateful because those people the supervisor that just shot all those people at Walmart, just a supervisor, laughing and kicking and giggling with the people. Of course, he wrote that letter and stuff, but you have to be grateful for every moment of life that you're able to breathe and walk this earth, because people are out here doing some of the craziest stuff. And I don't get it. I don't get it. And it actually makes my stomach curl. Okay. Makes my stomach curl. And I don't know what I just I don't get it. All right. Let's get into Kazara. I hope I'm saying her name right. And I probably keep on changing it and butchering it. Y'all know I'm not good with names. But much respect to this queen. May she rest in peace. Um, I will also say this too. I hope again, and I'm praying that justice will be served. We're going to continue to say her name until justice is served. Now, this is another one of those situations where, what about your friends? What about your friend? What about your friend? What about your friends? All right, let's get into this story. Yeah, and I really want y'all to brace yourself. Uh, okay. Brace yourself, brace yourself, brace yourself. Um, I actually was on the phone with someone yesterday while I was reading this story, and I didn't even get through the whole story because it really did bother me. It really did bother me. So shout out to Gerald, of course, in the NC beat. He did pick up on this story because there are not many people that are talking about this story. So I want to make sure that we talk about it. Okay, I want to make sure that we talk about it. All right, so give me just a second here. And I thought I was already presenting my screen, but I guess not. So let's get this up here. All right. So it says a Texas mother wants answers about what happened to her daughter, Zakara Kemp, on a trip with friends. Another one. What about your friends? What about your friends? What about your friends? We have to keep fighting, and we need to teach our children what a friend really is. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you guys an example. What a friend is not, if your friend consistently shades you in a way and always trying to laugh it off, you need to watch out for that friend. No lie. Watch out for the patterns of that type of stuff. When people start shading you in real life and start to laugh that stuff off, they don't see it for you. And that's facts. That's facts. Don't play with me. That is facts. People do that, and I don't get it. but I have witnessed it where people shade you, supposed to be your friend, and shade you in a way that a friend is not supposed to do it, and then giggle and kiki behind it. That ain't what we doing over here. So I don't. For me, you will never get an opportunity to do that to me. I'm not gonna let you do that to me. We get to a place now. I ain't gonna even lie. I did have a friend like that, and eventually I just had to cut that friendship off because I felt like again, you don't really like me. You don't really like me because out of everything that I do, even the accomplishments, you find a way to shade me. And I feel like if you're gonna find a way to shade me, even through my accomplishments, boo, we're not friends. We're not friends. Friends don't do that. We celebrate each other for our accomplishments. We encourage each other to keep pushing and keep going. We encourage each other. Like, listen, listen. And also, too, when folks get alcohol in them and they get to going off and going off and going off and going off, I know everybody gonna have their theory. A drunk will tell the truth. Okay. Here's my thing. Anything that ever come out of your mouth, I'ma just believe whatever you saying. And with that being said, if you go all off while you drunk, no, ain't no coming back over here. You said what you said, you meant what you said, and it is what it is. I'm not fooling with you no more. Period. 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 Like, there's a lot of things that I think sometimes we do take ourselves through because those are like red flags that we should be seeing. Like, and I think sometimes it takes maturity to see that. But listen, get out of that friendship before it's too late. Get out of that friendship before it's too late. No one would ever, like, I literally had a friend who would, every time this friend got intoxicated, it just always seemed like I was walking on eggshells to try to keep this friendship. And I didn't want to say the wrong thing because I felt like if I said the wrong thing or if I done the wrong thing, you weren't gonna never be my friend. And I'm claiming that this is my bit. So, listen, y'all better start listening and seeing those red flags of what a friend is supposed to actually really, really be. Okay, that's true. A drunk will speak, a sober's mind. Period. Okay, I just had to say that because people crazy. People crazy. All right, let's get into this story here really quick. First of all, I want to say she was a beautiful, 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 beautiful young girl. Like, this really hurts me. She was definitely very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Now, a Killeen, Texas mother is searching for the truth about what happened to her 20-year-old daughter, Kyra Tasha Kemp. All right, let's get into the story fully here. And thank you for those here who are in the chat. If you guys could go ahead and just make sure you like this video, please, please, please make sure you like this video. Again, we're just going to continue to say these people's name. We have to. So it says it's another story where so-called friends lie about what happened. However, Zakara's mother, Jolanda Kemp, tells the North Carolina Beat that she will not rest until she knows the truth about what happened to her daughter. Jolanda said that Jolanda said that her daughter had was attending Prairie View A&M University in Prairie View, Texas, but was at home in Killeen, Texas for the summer break. She said her daughter left Killeen a few days early to return to Prairie View because Zara and Zara's guy friend Michael Dukes and his girlfriend Rhonda Ellis Tinsley were going to Maryland to celebrate Rhonda's birthday. All right. So we naming people at this particular point. So we have Zakara, which is the young lady. Her guy friend is Michael Dukes, and the girlfriend of Michael Dukes is Rhonda Ellis Tinsley. Okay. Now they are traveling to Maryland to celebrate Rhonda's birthday. Now, the NCB goes on to say they will be staying with a friend of their name, Aiden Fair. Jolanda said that she told her daughter before she left Killeen and when she got on the road to drive to Maryland to make sure she kept her location on at all times. I done told y'all about their location. I told y'all about their location. All right. All right. Ciao. Now, this is the guy friend. This is the guy friend right here. This is the guy friend. All right. Now, getting into the rest of it. And yeah, getting into the rest of it. Now, this is Rhonda, y'all. This is Rhonda. I'm sorry. This is Rhonda. This is a photo of Rhonda. This is his girlfriend. Okay. I just want to keep you guys in the place where we're understanding what's going on. All right. Now, Zakara Michael and Rhonda hit the road in the early mornings in the early morning hours of Sunday, July the 3rd of 2022, and they arrived in Hanover, Maryland on the evening of Monday, July 4th of 2022. Now, Jolanda said that the whole time her daughter was gone, she had her location on. She said that she went to work Thursday, July the 7th, and worked from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. Jolanda said that at 10:30 p.m. on July the 7th, when she checked her phone, her daughter's location showed that she was at a bowling alley. When Jolanda got off early Friday morning, July the 8th of 2022 at 1 a.m., she noticed that her daughter's location had been turned off, which was around the time her daughter was allegedly involved in a car accident, which you will learn about below. I'm telling you guys, I'm giving you guys a fair warning that this is about to get this this is about to get y'all. I'm just going I'm warning y'all now. Once we get further into this, y'all gonna be like, what in the world? Okay, getting into the rest of this. Um Now, Jolanda told the North Carolina Beat that she thought about calling her daughter when she noticed that the location was off, but did not, and said that she would call her later Friday morning. At that time, Jolanda didn't know that her daughter had been in an alleged car accident. Now, she said, I said to myself, I'll call her in the morning and tell her to turn her location back on. And I got home and went to sleep, Jolanda said. Again, Jolanda is the mom. Now, later Friday morning, Jolanda said that she woke up around 7 a.m. and did not have a phone call or a text from her daughter. Later that morning, Jolanda said that she got a call from her friend, Lakeisha Coles, all right, who told her that Aiden's mother was trying to contact her because something was happening with the kids. Remember this, okay? Remember this again. Y'all got to listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me and listen to me very, very closely, okay? So she says, that later Friday morning, Jolanda said that she woke up around 7 a.m. and did not have a phone call or a text from her daughter. Later that morning, Jolanda said that she got a call from her friend Lakeisha Coles, who told her that Aiden's mother was trying to contact her because something was happening with the kids. Jolanda asked, "What's going on with the kids?" She said Lakeisha told her that no information about what was going on was given to her, just that Aiden's mom needed to speak with her. Oh man, this is a lot. All right. So Jolanda said that she was frantic, but she called because she did not know what was going on and she wanted to know what was happening with the kids. Aiden's mom was so nervous to speak to Jolanda that she called Michael's mom, Tracy, on a three-way and she joined the call. Jolanda said that Michael's mom was sobbing, so she knew something wasn't right. Jolanda said that she was still confused about what was happening uh, to her daughter. All right. And she kept asking, what is going on with the kids? But no one would say anything. Now, mind you, when I get into this next part, you guys might have seen it on the screen. When I get into this next part, this is where I kind of like really, really like lost it in a way here. But this is what it goes on to say. So it goes on to say, out of the blue, Jolanda said and came out and asked, "Is my child dead?" And that is when they hung up the phone in her face. I started calling my family going crazy because I didn't know what to do, Jolanda said. I'm outside frantic and just didn't know what to do or what was going on. Now, Jolanda said that she was finally able to get everyone back on the phone and was able to speak to Aiden. She said Aiden told her, oh Jesus, Lord help me here. She said that Aiden told her that he did not go out with Zakara, Michael, and Rhonda, uh, to which Jolanda said that she was confused because her daughter and her friends had driven to Maryland to celebrate Rhonda's birthday with Aiden. Now, that she Jolanda said that when she spoke back to Aiden's mom, she was told that Zakara was drunk driving, hit a tree, and did not live. But according to the autopsy report that the North Carolina beat, she was in the back seat. Hold on. Hold on. Did y'all hear what I just said? There's 90 people watch? Did y'all hear what I just said? Did you hear that and did you read it for yourself? I'm gonna read that again. Jolanda said that she finally was able to get everyone back on the phone and able to speak to Aiden. She said that Aiden told her that he did not go out with Zakara, Michael, and Rhonda. To which Jolanda said that she was confused because her daughter and her friends had driven to Maryland to celebrate Rhonda's birthday with Aiden. Jolanda said that when she spoke back to Aiden's mom, she was told that Zakara was drunk driving, meaning she was the driver. She hit a tree and did not live. But according to the autopsy report obtained by the North Carolina Beat, Zakara was in the back seat of the car. All right, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know this ain't it. This is not even the half of it. I'm just letting y'all know this is not even the half of it. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paste the link to this in the comment section so that you guys can go check out if you wanted to read the cause of death and different things like that. Then we definitely I want you guys to be able to do that. So give me just a second. Okay, here we go. All right. So I just dropped the link in case if you guys want to go read that the police report. All right. Now, everyone in the car survived but Zakara. However, Jalinda said Michael's mother told her he had serious injuries. Y'all, listen to what I'm saying when I say this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Everyone in the car survived but Zakara. However, Jalinda said Michael's mother told her that he had serious injuries. Jolanda said she was told that Michael had broken a hip, a leg, fractured his skull, and two collapsed lungs, and had to also get open heart surgery. However, Jolanda said what was suspicious was when she heard Michael calling her name and asking to see her face to face while she was talking to his mom. My antennas went up when I heard him calling my name in the background and asking to see my face or asking to see me face to face because his mom said that he had had open heart surgery, two collapsed lungs. So how in the world could he talk so fast? All these injuries, and he able to talk just days later. Huh? I'm like, no, child, no, 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 no. Something ain't right. How in the world, if he had to do all of that, how's he able to talk? Anyway, let's get into. And do you remember everything that went on? I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. All right, let's get into the rest of this. Now, Jolanda knew something was not right when she had just been told of Michael's injuries by his mother but was able to speak so fast, and the accident had just occurred hours earlier. So not even days, hours earlier. Hours earlier. They were lying about what happened to my daughter, Jalinda said. I am trying to understand how my daughter is the only one who did not make it. Now, Jalinda told North Carolina Beat that she had later learned that the car had engulfed in flames. What? Mm. Jalinda told the North Carolina Beat that she had later learned that the car had engulfed in flames and her daughter was trapped inside, and neither Michael nor Rhonda tried to help her get out, but they got out themselves. I lost it, Jolanda said. I didn't know what to do or what to say because they hadn't told me that the car had caught fire. So again, they left this detail out when they're telling the mom. Like they're literally leaving these details out. Y'all, this ain't the end of it though. Now, Jolanda said that her daughter was burned so badly that she was unrecognizable. They could not identify her, Jolanda said. She had to be identified by her dental records. Now, that told me up. Now, Jolanda said that she was told different stories about what happened after the wreck. She said that Michael had told her that where the incident happened, there were only woods, no houses. So they couldn't get help. She said that Michael told her that he was able to save Rhonda from the car and not Zakara. And I feel like I'm really saying her name wrong. Now, Jalinda said that Michael's story didn't seem real because how could a person with a broken hip, leg, fractured skull, two collapsed lung, and needs open heart surgery be able to get someone out of the vehicle? Hmm. Not only that, not only that, not listen to me. Not only that, he was able to save. Now, mind you, Rhonda is Michael's girlfriend. Rhonda is Michael's girlfriend. So he was able to get his girlfriend out of the car, but you couldn't get your friend out of the car. Zakara was your friend. This is my thing. I don't understand. Do men that have women as friends, y'all don't protect y'all women friends? Like I don't get it. Y'all don't protect y'all's friends. This is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna continue to keep going. Now, when Jalinda spoke with Rhonda, her story wasn't any better. Jalinda said Rhonda told her that all she remembered was them all laughing, and the next thing she knows, she wakes up in the hospital. Again, Rhonda is the girlfriend. Rhonda is the girlfriend. And you know what? Before I get any deeper into this, you know what this reminds me of? Do you guys remember the I have to remember it. I'm a hold on. I'm gonna find it because I caught up on some of it yesterday. Hold on one second, guys. Where is all of my history, child? Hold on. Okay, y'all remember her name? Remember Alexis Crawford? Remember Alexis Crawford, where the boyfriend and the girlfriend unalived Alexis because he had allegedly done something. Do y'all remember that? And do y'all know that they are still that happened what nearly 4 years ago? They are still doing trial right now. They are still in trial. I did everything. I did all kind of research to see what the ending of that was. They're still in trial right now. Still in trial right now. trying to decide what videos they're going to play and what they're not going to play. All right, getting back into this. Now, when Jolanda spoke with Rhonda, her story wasn't any better. Jolanda said that Rhonda told her that all she remembered was them laughing, and the next thing she knows, she woke up in the hospital. Girl, you full of bullpucky. Now, on Monday, July the 15th, 2022, Jolanda said that she went to Maryland to see her daughter's body, but was denied and told it was against the Maryland Medical Examiner guidelines. Did y'all hear that? She went to go see her daughter's body, and they told her that it was against Maryland Medical Examiner guidelines. Now, remember, they said that they had to use her dental records to identify her. They had to use her dental records to identify her. Man. And while she was there, she was going to go to the crash site at the address that was listed on the local newspaper. She said that she remembered being told by her daughter's friend that the incident happened in the middle of nowhere and that there were no houses around. They told me what happened in the middle. They told me that it happened in the middle of nowhere. It was just trees and they couldn't get any help, Jolanda said. Now, Jolanda said, and y'all brace yourself for the picture. The picture is not you there's no bodies or anything, but it is where you could tell where the car was left and it was in flames. So it's just like the outside of that. Okay. Now, Jolanda said that I lost my place. Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Okay. So Jolanda said that they were in someone's yard when she and her friend pulled up to where the incident occurred. I, okay, listen, yeah, I, I can't, I can't, I cannot, I cannot, I cannot, I cannot, I cannot, I cannot. Jolanda said that they were in someone's yard when she and her friend pulled up to where the incident occurred. And when I show y'all this, y'all gonna be like, what? Now, if there were wait, if there were in someone's yard, I think if they were in someone's yard, then why didn't they run to the people's house and get help? Jolanda said. I'm just like, ain't no way that this is where this happened at, but it was. Now, while Jolanda was at the wreck site, she said she had a photo of her daughter that was sent. I mean, that she wanted to place at the crash site in honor of her daughter. Now, Jolanda said that as she was getting ready to put her daughter's picture on the ground, a woman came outside the house and to speak to her. Now, Jolanda said that she told the woman that her daughter was killed in a car accident in the spot, and that she was placing a photo in honor of her. Now, we are unfortunately going to see the spot. Okay, so this is the spot where allegedly this took place. Okay. So, I mean, it does look like it's in the middle of nowhere. I'm not sure what's on the other side of this photo, but from the angle of where this photo is showing, we just see the trees and in the road and all of that stuff. Okay. All right. So getting into the rest of this is horrible. This is horrible. Now, Jolanda said that the woman told her that a man had come with children the day after the accident and was crying beside the tree and told her husband that his son was killed in a fire there. Yeah, I told y'all this story does not get any better. Listen to this. Listen to this. I'm actually getting a little angry. So if I start stuttering, this is why. Jolanda said that the woman told her that a man had come with children the day after the accident and was crying beside the tree and uh told her husband that his son was killed in a fire there. She said the woman told her that the man came out a second time, telling them again that his son was killed in a fire there and that his other son was in critical condition and a girl walked away. What? Y'all, yeah, I told y'all these stories are hard to do, but we gotta talk about them. Do y'all hear the inconsistencies in these stories? Like, here's the thing: like, the parents have to. The parents are already going through enough, and then for y'all to a lot of these people face on what happened to their kids is so crazy to me. I, ooh, okay, I'm gonna read that again. I'm gonna read that again. Jolanda said that the woman told her that a man had come with children the day after the accident and was crying beside the tree and told her husband, okay, that his son was killed in a fire there. She said that the woman told her that the man came out a second time telling them again that his son was killed in the fire there, and that his other son was in critical condition and the girl walked away. Let's keep going. I said what Jolanda said. Jolanda said the woman reiterated that the man came out the following day with children and told her and her husband that his son had died in the fire. All right. Click to listen to the audio about. Okay, man. I don't. Let's see. Oh Lord, it's audio of the actual. Oh Lord, Jesus, help me! I wasn't ready. Oh, w- y'all, let's listen to this audio, and I'll be right back. I'm going to come off the screen for a second. Sure am. Here we go.
Three. He had three more kids with him. He had three more kids with him. That's who left there. Oh. Said the man who put the liquor out there. Well, we from Texas. We don't even know. My baby, this was my baby first time ever being here. And she's the only one that didn't make it. Yeah. And y'all thought a boy died.
This is crazy.
Ain't nobody in the hospital. Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry. You know.
I'm glad I came to you.
Yeah. Whatever you told me.
They
Yeah.
told us we no neighbors nowhere by. It's your house right there.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
Instead of saying in somebody's yard, they didn't say that. They said by the time y'all came out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So they hit the mail. They was coming
Well,
from.
had a mailbox. I had the paper box in my mailbox.
They call it was race. Was it two cars or one?
Nah, it wasn't but one car. Wasn't but one car. I don't know. He said it might have fell asleep. That's what he said. He said it might have fell asleep.
No, they called it. Somebody whoever was driving was drunk.
He said that's what he said. It might have fell asleep. You know.
Oh, I don't know what you do for them lights. I'm trying to make it hard. You need some more water. I can give you some more water. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go in there. I don't think so. Oh, you need those.
I'll tell you what I know.
Pull that out. Can I leave?
I got a pen. I got a pen. Let me drive in the ground.
Can I? No, pull this out. You got to pull this out.
All right, y'all. As hard as that was to listen to, that was the audio of Miss Jolanda talking to the guy who owns the home there. Now, remember, they did say that there was nothing around, that there was trees, and like I said, you don't really know what's on the other side of that picture. But this is crazy. Now, Jolanda said that she felt everything was staged and planned, and that stuff was not adding up. She said that she could not identify her daughter's body and that the medical examiner office in Maryland told her that she had to agree to cremate her daughter's body before they released it to the funeral home. That baby, give me a minute, y'all. That just made me mad. Say what? Say what? Wow. I wanted my daughter's body shipped home, but they didn't give me that choice, Jolanda said. They would not release my daughter's body to the funeral home until I signed cremation paperwork. The autopsy report stated that the 3-3 body they received right forearm was greater than the left, and both legs were amputated. However, Jolanda said that when she was shown a picture, when she was shown a photo of the body, that was said to be her daughter's, the body had legs, according to the written report. All right. It contradicted the written report, and here is the written report. I did also drop the link so you guys can go read that on your free time. I know it may take you a little time to get, because this is a lot. This is heavy. This is heavy. Now I wanted to know why the photo she showed contradicted her report. Jolanda said. Now Jolanda said that she wonders if her daughter was even deceased. At this point, I'm like, is my daughter even dead? Jolanda said. Uh, said there was no 911 call and wants to know who called 911 and how did the police, fire, and EMS get to the scene? Who called 911? Because I was told that 911 was not called. Jalinda said, where is the 911 call? The North Carolina Beat is looking for more info um, into Zakar Zakara's alleged death and all involved. All right. Now, again, the interview, Gerald did interview her mother today, over on the North Carolina Beat Facebook page and the North Carolina Beat um, YouTube page. Okay. So, guys, definitely have to check that out. Um, so listen, that was the end of that article. I it's just it's not adding up. It's not adding up. I'm not understanding what is really going on. This is really crazy to me. This is crazy to me. I don't like it. Um, the interview my cousin did has a lot more information. Do you have the link to the interview, Andre? You have the link to the interview? If you do, I would love it so that I can go listen to it. Because I'm still gonna do a separate video on this as well. Because, like I said, I feel like this needs to be talked about. Um, and we go from there. Period. Point blank. It definitely needs to be talked about. We have to talk about it. Okay. Um, the lipo. Okay. You know what, Andre? I'm sorry. It's not gonna let you post the link because I forgot only mods can post the link. So I can look it up though. I can look it up. The link. Oh, Ample Show podcast. Okay, it came up. I see it right here. Welcome to okay. I see it. I think I found it. They have a YouTube page, right? I think I found it. Oh, thank you, Monique. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it because only the mods can post links. But yeah, I have it now. I was able to find it. I definitely am gonna go listen to it tonight as well. Because like I said, again, we can't stop talking about this. This has to be talked about. Um, yeah, that's why I was just saying that um Gerald is interviewing the bomb. So I let everybody know. Again, that was Gerald's source, the NC Beat, that I did read the article from. I did also let you guys know that he is conducting an interview currently right now as we speak. He's holding an interview with the mother. Um, so that y'all really got to understand that this tough. She don't have no questions answered. Like she really is in a daze. Like y'all literally heard. Y'all heard this. Y'all literally heard this. So this is a lot, y'all. This is a lot, and I get it. I get it. We also have two other stories that I want to cover as well. Like, so with that being said, guys, I want you guys to understand that no, I'm not chasing clout. If that's what you guys think, then so be it. And this goes for people who rewatch this and leave those type of comments. Like these three individuals, we're going to keep saying their name. There are some other individuals out there, Carnisha Butler. There are a lot of people. The three individuals who were unalived there in Virginia. I did see that they had some like a memorial service for them on campus. We're not really talking about them. We need to talk about them. We also need to talk about, although the person who did that is in custody. He is in custody. Remember, here on the channel, I also showed you guys the interview that his dad did, where he was saying that he was having some issues and stuff like that. But you could tell that the dad didn't have a great relationship with him. He sounds like a deadbeat dad, and that he was never around because he didn't know much about. It sounded like he didn't know much about his own son. So, with that being said, we have a lot of stories to cover. We have a lot of stories to cover. So I appreciate you all for definitely riding with me as far as this goes. Again, this is very, very hard to talk about. It's hard. It's so hard because again, these families, my thoughts are the holidays are getting ready to come up, and these families don't get an opportunity to enjoy their loved ones anymore. Like they don't get an opportunity to enjoy their loved ones on the holiday. They don't get an opportunity to just do anything. So it's just really weird. Y'all, that girl Rhonda's mom and her family has said some disgusting things to Jolanda. Yeah, now I will also go ahead and let you guys know that particular article from the North Carolina Beat, and I'll drop that link again. This article does have more than one like audio recording. I actually didn't know that it would play. Hold on one second. There was another man told. Okay, that's that. There was another audio. Let me see if I can get back up here. Um, because I want to say I saw two more audios. Okay, there was another one. Listen to this audio of Michael's mom Tracy sounding like she's lying, and the audio clip with Jolanda. Um, so that was one as well. And let's see. I think there's one more. No, okay. So it's two audio recordings here. Shout out to Miss Jolanda for recording these conversations and letting this stuff be heard. Because again, she's clueless as to what's going on, which I find it again very strange that the funeral home told her, or not the funeral home, but the medical examiner's office told her she had to cremate her daughter's body before she was able to even see her body. Listen, it's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. It's a lot of stuff going on. Y'all gotta let people know that you love them. Let people know that you really care about them. And because this is crazy. This is crazy. This gives me a story. I mean, if it's true, it gives me meaning like if this is her daughter, gives me a story of probably like some sort of I don't even know. But I just want justice for Miss Yolanda and her daughter. Period. Justice needs to be served. Period. 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 Justice for Shanquila Robinson. Justice for Rasheem Carter. And justice has got to be served also. Justice has also got to be served for this 20-year-old for this 20-year-old girl. Miss Zakara Kemp. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, of course, I'm gonna break this video down. So you guys are gonna see a few videos dropping in regards to this, because I'm gonna drop this video. I'm gonna also do the one that I did on Rasheem Carter. I'm gonna break that down and break down the piece that I did on Shanquila Robinson as well. Again, guys, not doing this for any type of coins, anything like that. I want to express that that's not what this is for. I want to get justice for these families. I really do. This just hits home for me. I told you guys that I lost two sisters. One literally murdered. Well, actually, both of them were murdered in front of their kids. Okay. And one of them is actually really, really fresh. It's actually really, really fresh. And to know that someone that I went to school with did this was crazy to me. And so it goes to show you guys that you have to love on the people that is around you. Like, seriously, you have to. You have to. You have to. This year or last year, a man college student was found expired in his Indiana. His organs were missing, and a lot of our young people expire. I hope this is not an organ grab. I hope so too. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. So again, I want you guys to please, please, please keep saying these people's names on your social media. Now, I'm not asking you to change your name or anything on social media, but I do feel like we have to continue to say their names, and the only way to do that, hashtag justice for Rasheem Carter, justice for Shanquila Robinson, justice for um Zakara Kemp. Like, we need justice. We need justice. We need justice. Um, I wanted to check something here really quick. Hold on, guys. Mm, okay, it did. But again, y'all, this is tough. This is tough. This is tough. And this is why I always tell you guys that this is like super, super triggering for me. But I understand the importance of getting these stories out. And I'm not expecting anybody else to feel this way, but I feel like if I can discuss these reality shows and I can discuss the mess and stuff like that, I can get it on my platform and use my platform for great things like this. And so I think for me, um, I'm trying to say this without getting emotional, but I think for me again, I'm just at that place where I feel like these families deserve the justice. They deserve justice. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. This lady lost her life. It's no joke. You can't come back from death. Um, yeah, I don't know what your comment was referring to, but yeah, you're right. We have to return to our roots as melanin people. The whole world should be a village for us. We're losing too many people, too many lives, and it has to stop. I agree. I agree. There's a lot going on, and I'm at a loss for words. I really am. I really, really am. I'm at a loss for words. One, because we literally do walk around here like this stuff is not going on. And so this is why I really must say that we must call these names out. I will be back with other videos in regards to some other unfortunate unalivings or passings that we need to discuss for sure. Okay. Um my heart, my heart. It aches for these families. It aches for these families. Um, and I told y'all how big I am on holidays. And just to imagine if these families were, even if they're not, they still have to go this day without their loved one being at their table, without their loved one, without that they can't buy their loved one anything, their loved one can't buy them anything. Like these are also thoughts that we have to literally think about. It's the timing. The timing is tough. It's tough. It's tough. And when you lose anybody, well, I don't. I can't speak for anybody else because I don't know what holidays you guys celebrate. For me, I know for me, the toughest holidays for me are, of course, their birthdays, my sister's birthdays, and Christmas. Christmas time is definitely hard, even though I like that time of the year. It's hard because I miss them even more. Like I really do. Like y'all don't understand. Like I'll kind of take you guys back like to my sister's passing, like my first sister that passed away due to domestic violence. Her boyfriend actually told her he was going to unalive her, right? The crazy thing is this. I received a text from her. I received a text from her, and in this text, she actually told me she was getting ready to go to bed early and that she just wanted to say good night and that she loved me. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when you get text messages like that, it just to me it felt weird. To me, it felt weird because this was like in the middle of the day. It's like in the middle of the day, and so I'm like, you saying that like it's like nighttime, like you saying that like you going to bed at night, and I couldn't for the life of me grasp what she was saying. So finally, I ended up calling one of my other sisters, and I said, I don't know. I feel really weird about Lily's text message to me. I'm not sure what's going on, but this seems very weird. Seems very weird. Um Later on that night, it was probably around 6:30. Um I was cooking actually. I never will forget this. I was actually cooking. And I received a phone call from like a Austin, Texas number. And I didn't answer it the first time I saw it. Now my sister did live in Austin. And so I didn't see it. And at the time, I was back home. So he called back again, or this person called back again. They kept calling, kept calling, kept calling, kept calling, kept calling. And so finally, my brother called me. And so when my brother called me, he said, I heard what you said about Lily saying that the text message seemed to be completely weird. And he said, what are you doing right at this very moment? And I was like, I'm cooking. What I mean, what's up? I say, I keep getting these phone calls. What's going on? What's going on? Just tell me what's going on. And when he said that you were right about the text message, I knew my heart just dropped. My heart dropped. Come to find out that this man that did this to my sister, mind you, he only spent 2 years in custody. Time served for the first year. Then when we went to trial, mind you, that's a whole nother thing too. When you have to go through that trial, you have to relive this stuff all over again. Can't show no emotion. And if you do show some emotions, you got to leave up out the courtroom to find out that this man only served 2 years after unaliving my sister because he claimed insanity. It's crazy. But he warned her and he told her several times. They pulled up text messages, they pulled up videos of him literally telling her over and over again that he was going to do this. I had no clue that she was scared, right? So that day, what she did was to try to prevent him from coming through the front door. She put couches and everything that she could that weighed something in front of the door to try to protect her and her daughter, right? He couldn't get through the front door. So what he did was he waited. She called the police. It took the police forever to get there because it was in one of those areas where police are probably going to be called quite often. The police were called. When the police were called and the police got there, he jumped down from her second floor apartment and told them that he thinks he killed the bitch. That's exactly what he said. Not only did he do that, he R-worded a dead body. So to me, guys, these stories, they hit in a different type of way for me. Because all that went through my mind for the longest, and of course I've had to go through therapy and everything, and I'm trying not to get emotional talking about this, but the only thing that went through my mind at that particular time was the fact that I could not be there. I couldn't be there when she needed me. And when she sent that text message, everything in my soul told me that that text message was a cry for help. And after the entire situation happened and I could not be there, it took a very long time for me to no longer beat myself up about the fact that I was not living in that town, I was not in that area, and there was nothing that I could do. So these families are going through enough where they're hurt. They have unanswered questions. So when people say that people do this for clout and you don't know why people are doing certain things, you do not know. You do not know. And y'all, I'm really holding back. You don't know. You never know. So I don't like when people say, "Oh, well, you doing this for." Shut up. You have no earthly idea. But I want you guys to understand that again. I am going to be bringing this stuff to the channel because we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. It's so many people that are hurting because of things like this. They don't get the answers that they need. When something happens to someone, they're literally blindsided by it. So again, y'all, I hate to have gotten this way. I really do. Because I didn't want to go there, but I just wanted to let you guys know that of the importance of speaking out on these particular stories. I think had this story been talked about, y'all, this happened in front of my niece, and my biggest fear, my biggest fear is her reliving the situation over and over and over again. And I know it's going to be in the back of her mind because she witnessed the whole thing. She witnessed the whole thing. And it's just like she just keeps experiencing loss. Not only that, she lost a baby at the beginning of the pandemic. So this is next level for me. And it when we touch on these stories, you guys really have to understand that these families are blindsided completely. They're blindsided. Rasheem Carter's family blindsided. His mom blindsided. Shanquila's parents lied to. This situation that we're talking about now, lied to. The mother is being lied to. Miss Yolanda is being lied to. So I just again this is this is just one of those things. We just have to honestly keep an eye out for these stories because these things are happening every day. Just like I need to cover the story of the young lady who was missing. And because the girlfriend ran up in the house and couldn't get out, she unalived herself. And they've been looking for the girlfriend. The girlfriend was in the trunk of the car and had been there and was dead. And the medical examiner said that they predicted that she had been in there for about 2 weeks. So, y'all, again, show love and gratitude to the people that are around you. And parents, pray over your children when they leave your sight. Pray over your children. Pray over yourself. Pray over your children and pray over yourself. This stuff is real. This stuff is real. It's real. It is real. And so, um, everybody is doing the best they can. I agree. Everybody's doing the best that they can. They are. They're doing the best that they can. And again, y'all, please love on the people around you all. Okay. Love on the people around you. Um, the holidays are coming up. Show somebody some love. Show somebody some love. I appreciate you guys again. I will go ahead and paste all links that we discussed today. I will post them in the description box of this actual video. Again, I'm gonna break this video down because probably gonna cut that part out. But I want to get these stories out, so I will have edited that way you guys can see those stories, okay? And I'll probably premiere them on the channel so that you guys can see them. All right. Now, again, y'all, I appreciate you all for tuning in. If you would like to show love to the channel, you already know how to do that. The free way of doing that is by liking the video on your way out. Of course, by liking the video on your way out. Everything that we have stated today is alleged information. Again, I will cite my sources down below in the description box of this video. I appreciate you guys for all the encouraging words in regards to this. I really do. And let's honestly keep these families in prayer. Let's keep these families in prayer and continue to show love. All right. I appreciate you guys again for tuning in. Again, if you'd like to bless the channel, you can do so via Cash App, Chef Don Don 2, or via Venmo at Chef Don Don 2 as well. Super chats are also welcome again. Thank you so much again for yeah, you're right. You are so right, Too Feisty. There is absolutely no manual on how to deal with these types of things. And the crazy thing about it is, as much therapy as I have been to, as much that I have taken in like for me, I hold my family down. So it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation to be in. And somebody was just telling me the other day, like it's okay to say no to your family sometimes. And for me, I have a hard time doing that. I do. I have a hard time doing that. I have a hard time just saying no, period. And I know we supposed to say no, no, it should be in our vocabulary. It should definitely be in our vocabulary. But again, y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. And again, God bless you guys, and y'all have a great rest of your night. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.